We might have a course, books, or podcast that we want to complete, because the moment we complete all of this, we can gain an important knowledge to propel our life forward. But it's really difficult sometimes to complete it because we lose motivation along the way. We got distracted, or sometimes we don't feel like doing that anymore. But here I want to talk about 3 tips. With these 3 tips I share, it's about how we can complete it, to not making the mistake again of abandon our learning that is really beneficial for us to get promoted, to add value in the society, in the company, and the organization that you're in. So that 3 tips is, the first one is be consistent. The second one is make sure that the content is relevant and also it's working. The third one is to schedule or block time in your calendar, on your daily calendar, to block that time to do all of this. First, it's about consistency. What I found is it's better to do things consistently, but start something small. It's better to do, for example, if I give an example of push-up, 10 push-up per day for a week is better than when you're doing 100 push-up in a day. Why? Because when we do that 10 push-up, it's small volume, it's sustainable, we can do that, we don't think too much. The resistance for us to start doing that is really low, so we can do that. When we're consistent with it, we can see a lot of great changes to our body. We become much more healthy, we become much more stronger compared to when you do 100. 100, maybe you can do that in a day. That 100, it's really tough, you have to take a break, and then after a few hours you manage to do that. But on the next day or the next week after that, if the target is 100 for a week on a single day, the next week that you want to do that, you start to be thinking about how difficult it is, or how tiresome, how impossible it is, how long the time it would take. So you see that a lot of resistance there, and then this is the early sign that we will abandon our goals to complete the learning material that we want to consume. Second is to make sure that the content that you're watching, that you're consuming, it is worth your time. Before you commit to anything, make sure that you read all the testimonies, the reviews, whether it's good or not, and then read other people's testimony. You can find that how their life was changed, so you can relate to that testimonies. And the moment you found that something that really speaks to you, then you can go all into that. Third, block your time where we don't plan for it. We will not do it. Why not? When the moment you have all these things that you want to be consuming, and you are now consistent, you have dedicated 20 minutes per day to do all these kind of things, so that you can complete it by certain period of time. And then what we have to do is to lock the time there, block the time on throughout your day, at what time you will do all of those. Then when you find that it's planned there and it has its own place, and studies show that when we do time blocking, we tend to do that thing because it's already there in your schedule. That's about it that I want to share today. It's about the 3 tips that will help to complete the courses, the books, the podcasts that we've been procrastinate on. And the moment we can complete all these 3 things, it will change our lives. Thank you.